I know y'all been waiting, so let's just go ahead and get into it. We could crack some jokes and shit later, but I want to hear some comedy too. And don't y'all want to hear some shit that's actually funny instead of laughing at fucked up shit? I'm just saying. All right, coming up, we got Sebastian Smooth.
Hey, everybody. Thank you all for coming out tonight. So I am Sebastian Smooth. If y'all didn't know, I'm going to start off this way. I'm an Uber driver, which means now that I'm becoming a comedian, you're stuck in my car while I try out every joke I got on you. It's like, whether you like it or not, I got you for 10 minutes. So you're going to either laugh or give me a 1 star. So hopefully I can make people's days brighter. But, I love this area. No matter what we say, it's a trap shoot, you know. I used to take the Max every day through downtown, and it never failed. If you didn't know anything about the area, we call them zombies all over the place. Yeah, but never failed. I would get to a certain area, and there would be that same female zombie moving everybody. Get a little further down the line, there's some zombie boobies. Now, I tell this joke because it's kind of sad in a way, but good. Man, you got to imagine being a little kid, right? Like 11, 12 years old. This is their first set of boobies and ass you've ever seen on a female. And it's a damn zombie, right? Like, I sit there and made me think, like, now I know why we got so many gay people in Portland. Not to offend gay people, I'm like, can you imagine that being your first, like, man. So you're talking to your kids, it's like, well, why do you think you're gay? Because I seen some stuff, man. I seen some stuff. Now I just want to see some things, you know? But you gotta love Portland. That's how it is. You know, they used to put on our vehicles the city that works, right? Now it's the city that don't get a fucking project done. 3 fucking years later, they're working on the same damn road, right? Like, it never freaking fails. It's like, you know, Portland metro area is definitely the picture of example for ADHD and bipolar. Like, literally, I don't think the city knows what in the hell they're doing. They start a project, then, like, literally, like, oh, we're done with that. We're going to do something else. What is it this week? Oh, this week we're going to do toll booths. You know that ain't going to last. They'll start building and be like, oh, never mind. This probably ain't a good idea. We'll move on to something else. But I like to tell a joke. I like a little bit of wordplay. One of my new things is I've decided I'm going to open up a golf course. And I'm going to call my golf course Jack Golf. You get it? Like, what are you going to go do tonight? Oh, we're going to go to jack off and knock around some balls. You know, fun place to go. Got to go jack off tonight. So, and there's something about our city. We got some interesting names. I got to say that. Like, this is my humor. I'm driving around, you know, Uber. All of a sudden it says, you know, we got Cooch Street coming up. Like, and me, that's my Beavis and Butthead time. Like, it said Cooch. And then you got funniest thing ever. We actually have a place called Tillicum. Like, really? Like, so, you know, I like to think of it's Tillicum Crossing. So my thing is like, are we really doing this? Like, can I literally sing then, you ain't crossing till you come. Like, come on. Tillicum Crossing. You ain't going to cross until you come. That's just our wonderful city. It's very true. I'm sure everybody knows we got some of the funniest names ever. I can't even think of some of the stuff we have. It's just crazy. But I don't know. Being an Uber driver is kind of fun, though. You figure out what works and what doesn't, definitely. It's definitely different. But this town is beautiful. It's also ugly. But, you know, speaking of the whole penis thing, I'll tell you, one thing, guys, quit sending ladies dick pics. Because I'm sorry, I'm a guy. And this is the hardest thing for guys to admit because, you know, we all love our dicks. Like, right? They are the most beautiful things in the world. But dick pics are not. They're not attractive. They are one of the ugliest things in the world. Whether that thing is sticking up as a soldier and ready to go, or it's that emo kid that just you can't get it up, it's ugly. So this is my thing for women, and I'm going to end with this. Guys send you a dick pic, send them a picture of a blue waffle. You know what that is. But I tell you, if that man actually still talks to you, that's one you need to marry because he's willing to deal with you sick or not. Anyway, that's my time. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Hope you have a good rest of your night.
Holy shit, wasn't expecting that. God damn. It happened last night. Yeah, it did. Yeah, holy shit. So I thought I was batting third. Guess I'm gonna have to go fucking second after the leadoff. Holy shit. I think I might be the only person in here that doesn't own a gun. Jesus Christ. What a fucking crowd we got going on here. Anyway, yeah, this was my high school graduation party. Like, no one gives a shit. Everyone's drunk, and my dad's not here. I went on a date the other night. Go me, right? Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, great crowd. No. Went on a date the other night. This girl's an extroverted introvert, self-described. The fuck does that mean? Like, figured it out pretty quickly. She's pretty introverted, like most of her day, and then you put a mound of cocaine right in front of her. The extrovert fucking comes out. Holy shit. Back to introvert, like right after. Holy fuck. What else we got here? Since I'm fucking terrible at comedy. Speaking of drugs, I was at a show the other day, and I was like taking a piss, like at the urinal. 3 dudes just walk in. They see me, and they're like, "Oh shit, we gotta go." It's like, all right, like whatever. Like a group of girls go to the bathroom together. That's just standard operating procedure. We got a fucking group of guys going to the bathroom together. There's some fucking cocaine. Damn, it's a lot of cocaine talk. Was not fucking expecting to do that this early. This is going off the rails already. Shit. Yeah, so I dress like an absolute douchebag, I know. But, excuse me, guys. What are we doing over here? That better be a good sale. Better be a good fucking sale. Anyway, yeah, so I played lacrosse in college. We had to get drug tested for like steroids and shit and like other drugs. But, anyway, half my teammates, they all roided up, and so they had this girl that would give them the clean piss. It was going really well, whole operation. They would sleep with it between their legs and shit, like all that, like the whole 9 yards. Till one day, half the fucking team apparently was pregnant. That was tough. They shut down that operation really fucking quick. Fuck, what else do I got? Oh, shit, we got any football fans here? Yeah, I was going to guess we did. Honestly, whenever I tell that joke, like, whenever I, like, ask that, nobody fucking answers, like, in Portland. You know, like, I get, like, sort of. No, but, so Tom Brady unretired the other day. That man unretired after 43 days. He spent 43 days with his kids. And then decided, fuck this. I'd rather have Aaron Donald just plowing through my fucking face all the fucking time. Jesus Christ. So shit, how's everyone's night going? Pretty well? I thought I was going third, so I thought I have a lot more like stuff to work with here as far as the crowd. No, you're good, you're good, you're good. Anyone here on a date? You guys look like you're sort of dating. You look really uncomfortable. Is it me? I do that a lot. It's okay. Like, you're like a substitute teacher. Is that what you do? No. What do you do? That was my second guess. Holy shit. How about yourself, sir? How do you keep this fine lady wined and dined? Look at that. Holy shit. Used car dealership, or are we talking a staple? Hell yeah. How about you two? That little lovely couple. Yeah, you just looked at her like, what the fuck? I like the hair. Thanks, guys, for helping out. Like, the show's going well, obviously. Like, we're all having fun here. I think I have like 1 minute left. Probably 0 more jokes. So, how many of you guys go hunting? Yeah, I bet. I fucking bet. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I used to live in West Virginia. The best fucking thing ever was they like had a whole fucking day off the first day of deer season. All the fucking kids didn't have to go to school. And they just sat in a fucking tree stand all day. I mean, I did that one time. It was boring as shit. I fell asleep. My dad wakes me up. He's like, yeah, there's a deer right there. I fucking shot it, went and cleaned it, and then went back to sleep. Like, hunting's the fucking boringest shit ever. Like, you just get to shoot guns. Anyway, fuck me, right? I'm going to head out of here. Thank you guys so much.
My name's Patrick. I'd like to tell you a couple jokes, family related, just kind of tell you what I got going on. So what do you call a deaf gynecologist? A lip reader. All right. So that's the number one joke right now. Love it on the job site. Husband and wife are sitting in a bar. Husband looks over at the wife. Wife looks over at the husband. Wife clocks him right in the face. Wife goes, "Why?" Her husband goes, "Why'd you do that?" She goes, "That's for bad sex," and not telling me the real difference for the last 20 years. And then husband looks over at the wife, and she punches him in the face. She goes, what's up with that? And she goes, "That's to know the difference, bad sex and all that for 20 years." So my buddy and I played disc golf. We're going down to Paradise Point a couple weeks ago. I stop in the local Minute Mart. I get a 44-ounce soda. I got a little car. I don't got a cup holder. He gets a beer. We're pulling out. There's a cop sitting there on the left. And I look over at Andy. I said, "Hey, Andy, put your seatbelt on." And he goes, "Can you hold my beer?" So that's the number one thing. You always got to hold your beer. What was I say? So my buddy Chad, him and his dad go over out to get a TV at Costco. And, his dad's got the money in his pocket. He knows exactly what he wants to spend. The TV is like $1,050. So they go up to the cash register. Lady checks the box, and it comes out to $750. And the dad's puzzled. He's like, "What am I going to, that's not the right price." So my buddy Chad kicks his dad in the leg, and he goes, what the hell? And he goes, "Pay for the TV. We got to get out of here." So they end up paying for the TV. They get out to the car. They got to get hot dogs and soda for the mom and the sister. And they go back in because the dad's still sitting there puzzled. And he's like, "Dad, are you still mad about this TV?" And he goes, "Well, yeah, I was supposed to pay $1,050. He goes, "It's $750. He goes, "Don't tell Mom." So they go home. And then here's one for you. Notice how gas prices are going down a little bit, right? Well, that's because Biden had Biden had a dream. He woke up in Saudi Arabia, not knowing where he was at. And he looks around. And he goes, "Hey, you guys want to sell some barrels of oil?" And then also, too, they put Biden in the hospital. He couldn't stop Putin. All right. So they say if you come in the back door, you're gay. But if you come in the front door, you're lesbian. All right. So I do fencing for a living. I work for Able Fence. We're on the job site. We got to fill up 50-gallon barrels with a fire hose. So a lot of pressure. Water's coming out. We're out in Beaverton the other day. And the water barrel's about to fill up, and I tell my coworker to turn the valve off. All of a sudden, he turns it up, and I said, "What the hell?" He goes, "Sorry, Pat, my dyslexia kicked in." All right. I got a buddy that goes with local dentist. Been going there for 25 years. Every time he goes in there, he calls a doctor by his first name. My buddy's name's Dave. He call a doctor Robert. So Robert always knows what he wants done. Dave's got a partial tooth up on his upper part of his mouth, but nothing on the bottom. And every time he goes in there, he goes, "Dave, we ever going to take care of that tooth?" And Dave goes, "I think I've grown quite fond of that tooth. I'm going to keep that." And then I got my buddy Dennis and my buddy Andy up here in the crowd. We always like to go to Salmon Creek. We don't got much money. This was years ago. So instead of going out and getting a raft or a pontoon, he drove truck. So we got these 10-foot bags. You put them in between freight for dunnage. So we strapped them up together. We took them out to Salmon Creek, took a couple ratchet straps, threw them out in the water. Dennis is having the hell of a time. All of a sudden, he reaches for this jig and bobber in the tree. Dennis falls out of this raft. He hits the water. He comes up. He's laughing. About 30 seconds later, he's like, "All right, get me the fuck out of here." So we throw him a rope. We get it out. It took about 20 minutes, but good time. And then, a little nervous, but that's all right. Yes. All right. Here we go. So they got this one at the bar with leprechauns. Leprechaun walks in the bar. He says, "Hey, get me a beer." And the bartender looks over. He goes, "All right, I'll give you a beer, as long as you don't go." And all of a sudden, the bartender goes, "I'll give you a beer if you don't go." And I'm going to do that without cutting your legs and feet off, legs and arms off. He goes, "Okay." So he comes back and he goes, "Listen, I'll give you one more beer as long as you don't go." And all of a sudden he goes, and I said, "You do that one more time, I'm going to cut your dick off." He goes, "Hey, leprechauns don't have dicks." He goes, "Well, how you go pee?" There you go. All right. What? Couple more here. Corn on the cob joke here for you. three guys are sitting on the side of the road. All of a sudden, this lady wants to get fucked. And she said, one of you guys come fuck me for $300. So these guys haven't eaten for 3 days. One guy says, I'd rather go through a garbage and go on with my merry way. The other one says, I'd rather starve. Well, finally, one guy pops up. He goes upstairs. He goes, all right, I'll do this. So he looks over the side of the bed. There's a piece of corn on the cob sitting there. And as he looks over at the woman, she's got yellow stuff coming out of her pussy and cobwebs. And all of a sudden, he goes, all right, I got this. He goes, you ready? She goes, yeah. He goes, close your eyes. So he takes his corn. He shoves it up her hoo-hoo a couple times. She goes, oh, my God, that's the best sex I ever had. He throws the corn out the window. She goes, all right, you want to do it again for another $300? She goes, well, hell yeah. So he takes another piece of corn, shoves it up her hoo-hoo, throws it out the window. Goes downstairs. His buddies are like, hey, I don't know about you, but that was the best corn we've ever had in our life. All right, well, thank you. Park's closed.
There we go. All right. So today's been a weird little day. I got a notification on Facebook that said me and my mom have been friends for 5 years. That sounds about right. She's kind of hit a few things for me. The other day, my sister came to visit me, and she left, and I started feeling sick. And I mean, really fucking bad. Like, I started throwing up, started coughing. I was like, fuck, I got COVID. So I went to the doctor. Turns out I'm just allergic to black people. My mom, I'm not racist, as I see the looks I'm getting. My mom says my dad was black. I'd ask him, but, I know I look Mexican, the skin tone and everything, but the only Mexican thing about me is that, my skin tone and my resume. I'm the complete opposite of a hardworking Mexican. Like, as a matter of fact, I tried learning Russian so that when the Mexicans would walk up to me and be like, blah, 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 like whatever the fuck that is, I could hit I could hit them with some fucking Russian shit. But that was too hard. My mouth don't make those sounds, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Right. So the other day I had to do a pop quiz at my job, and I ditched a lot in school, so I'm no stranger to pop quizzes. Pretty much every quiz back then was a pop quiz. So I go to my job and they're like, hey, we need you to take a drug test, and I'm like, all right, I could do that shit. I could do it. You know what I mean? I got this shit. I smoked that morning, but I got this shit. You know what I mean? I go up and they're like, it's just a mouth swab. I don't know if any of you guys ever done a mouth swab test. That's the easiest of all drug tests, the easiest one, right? Obviously, I passed it. I go in, and this is the first time in my life I had a grown man come up to me and say, hey, I need you to put this in your mouth and suck on until it goes soft. And I was like sitting there like, all right, fuck it, I really want this job. So I grabbed that motherfucker from him, right? And I grabbed that shit. First of all, I'm in this chair, right? We're in this tiny ass room. I'm in this chair. I grabbed this motherfucker just at the tip, you know what I mean? Because I've seen how the fuck you do it. I watch movies. I ain't no fucking, I ain't no bitch. He ain't about to catch me slipping. He ain't about, you know what I mean? He ain't about to tell his coworkers about this shit. You know what I mean? He ain't about to joke with them. So I grab it, and I just, I start going at it. Boom, 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 boom. I'm looking up at him. He's just standing there, just, and I'm just going hard because I really want the job. So I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And he's looking at me like, oh fuck. And I'm like, yeah, sorry, dude. Sorry, it's taking forever. I don't usually do this. I mean, it's pretty tight because now I have 2 jobs. I haven't quit my other job. I'm kind of scared. I've just been not showing up. Hopefully they'll fire me. But, I got 2 jobs. That's tight. I'm a hard-working Mexican. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's how that's been going. Anybody have kids in here? Yeah, we have kids? Yeah. Oh, yeah, hell yeah. They're little motherfuckers, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah, their best game, that the thing I like to play the most is bedtime. Bedtime is the most fucked up game they can play. I don't know about you guys. My kid's favorite game is to play I'm Hungry. Every time it's time to lay his motherfuckers down for bed, I'm hungry. He's like, no, you motherfuckers is 8. The other night, I was trying to, get it on with their mom. So, I gave him a little pep talk before bed. So, like, I need you guys not to get the fuck out of it. You guys need to stay in bed. Tonight's the night you guys stay in the fucking bed. Do not leave. And they're like, okay, yada, yada, yada. And I hear some laughing going on in the other room, and I was like, these motherfuckers. And they're slick. They think they're slick. Anyway, they think they're slick. I walk by the room. I hear my oldest one jump on the top bunk. I walk by, I walk by and just try to be quiet, walk by the room. The the youngest one's laying on the bottom bunk, reading a coloring book. With the utmost confidence, just sitting there in the dark, no light at all, not even the hallway light, just sitting there. He's 5 years old. He hasn't even started fucking kindergarten yet. So I'm just thinking like, what the fuck? And the coloring book's not even colored yet, so I don't know what the fuck he's staring. It's all white. It's a white fucking paper with lines. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. To be honest with you, that's all the material I had. So we Gucci. I hope you guys have a good night.
See, you king, you made me run up on you. By the way, I'm from Kansas City, and I had to change my name from Hinnessy to Goon to Kween, so people wouldn't ask me this. I'm from Kansas City, so it's this damn pronoun thing. Like, I've been gay for so fucking long. When these pronouns hit me, when I go places, they be like, so what's your pronoun? I'm going to be real. I like bitches. I didn't think it was like, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings of how they feel, but I don't feel like I was trapped in nobody's body. I don't need to go get no thousands of dollar ass surgery to go get a dick from around the corner. It's a freak store in every city that's open 24 hours. I can go get a dick of my choosing. I do not need to get the surgery to make that happen. If I offend anybody, I'm sorry, the door is open. Also, what I don't agree with, I don't have kids, but I do have, us lesbians have hella kids. I got about 15 kids that I didn't have, and like, I know that a lot of females that are gay go through shit because they don't want to get called this and they don't want to get called that. Then we have the trans community. One thing I'm not with is nobody putting a label on me. Like I said, I eat fish. And this isn't a cover. Like my grandma, everybody know. Like this ain't a sometimey thing. You know what I'm saying? But I do not like gay girls at all. And that's weird because the new gay is like a fad. Like I call them Wolverine dykes. Because they be sucking dick and licking pussy on the side, and I'm not with that. Like, not only do we have the herpes, because I'm black, we put the in front of everything to make it sound worse. We got the Rona, we got the herpes, we got the other shit that we don't need, and now we got the goddamn monkeypox. So now I'm like, I'm one of them people. I got eczema, and I had a bump, right? And I saw a bump yesterday, and I was like, fuck, I got the monkeypox. I got a show to do. This is some bullshit. Like for real though, like as an artist, I'm always on a stage and I'm always around a whole bunch of people. So like I caught coronavirus late as fuck. I caught coronavirus this year when they opened I did a show. That show I did, everybody on that bitch got coronavirus. So like I got homies in here I ain't never touched. I've touched you before. You my homies, my bro. I got people I ain't never touched. And it's weird as fuck because I'm not with all that shit. So before coronavirus was my mama. Her name is Kenya. And she did this thing where she say, wash your motherfucking hands before you go in my kitchen. Or we would stay home for a day if we didn't have no clean clothes, if it was a hole in my shirt, if I had a wrinkled shirt and shit. She thought that shit was okay. So when corona hit, I seen it wasn't no soap. No, it was hella soap. It wasn't no hand sanitizer. And no tissue. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Are y'all drinking this shit? Like, what the fuck did tissue have to do with coronavirus? You can't wear it as a mask. Half these motherfuckers out here don't wash their ass, and that bothers me. I get this is a clean, free, we're natural from the earth. Okay, well, you smell like ass. Ass ain't got shit to do with the earth. I be going places with people like business professionals. Like, I went to a couple of events, and the owner of the venue smelled like... If anybody in here was born before 85, they know what Aqua Boogie is. He was in there smelling like Aqua Boogie, talking about, yeah, I'm excited to see you. And the whole time I'm like, yeah, let me go outside and smoke one time. I'm like, I can't do this. So last week, for those of y'all who don't know me, I do music or whatever. And the July 24th, I had an award ceremony, and D was so motherfucking drunk. When I say he was drunk, I mean the show started at 9, and by 7:22, he was slumped outside talking about sis with a bottle of Casamigos. Don't know where the fuck he got that from, but. So I want to be fair and announce his award since we on Roku or whatever. Hi, mommy. But so this is a little bit out of comedy, but I do want to present this award for a jack of all trades to my big brother, Big D. For recognition and outstanding achievement in songwriting, music production, entrepreneurship, event planning, hosting, social media presence, and consistency. There you go.
Jack of all trades right there.
I know you should have been there. You was so fucked up. That was.
I was at home like, oh, fuck.
No, look. You know when somebody's fucked up when all they can do is smile at you. He was slumped in the front of the venue like. And when he pulled up, he was hanging out the window and don't remember none of that shit.
So let's start this off by saying I am a bisexual, which means I have sex by myself. I don't need nobody to do any of that shit. If I'm going to get it done, I'm going to get it done by myself. You know what I'm talking about? Talk about getting really drunk. Let's talk about the first time I ever took a dab. Oh, man. It was at the world famous Cannabis Cafe. You guys know that shit. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Shouts out to the people that know about that shit. Yep. So a friend told me, I'm going to give you this dab, and you just keep inhaling until I tell you to stop. That was a fucking bad idea. Now, mind you, when he's showing me the dab, he's doing this, right? So I don't know how much concentrate is on the nail or how much I'm about to hit, right? 3 minutes later, I'm in the bathroom, butt naked, sweating in the corner, and I am literally crying like, what the fuck just happened to me? Like, it was that bad. Okay, now, mind you, the people that are out there smoking at the Cannabis Cafe, what do you think they're doing? They're banging on the door laughing at me like, ha, 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 motherfucker, I just got you high. Ha, 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 ha. Fucking horrible. It was so bad. It was so bad. So 5 minutes after that, I finally leave the bathroom with my clothes on, by the way. End up going to the front, and I passed out on their couch for 2.5 hours after 3 candy bars and 2 bags of chips. Yeah, I got fucking high off that shit. So I was watching WrestleMania this weekend, or excuse me, SummerSlam this weekend, and watching. Yeah. What's up with the wrestling fans? Any wrestling fans out here? Love it, love it. And during the SummerSlam, they, you know how they grab the cameras and they feed off to other people that are in the crowd and shit. Well, they ended up doing that, and Kid Rock was in the crowd with his girl, White Trash Tammy. And after they sucked each other's face like crazy, I came to the conclusion that Kid Rock still makes music for people that have Camel Cash and Marlboro Miles. Am I right? This guy was so white trash, I couldn't believe it. I think many times he's even talked about like heavy women. He doesn't like heavy women and all that shit. But he's like literally making out with this chick. It was fucking insane. I just, yeah. So most of you know I go by the name of Big D, hip-hop artist. I've been going about 22 years doing my thing. You got to love when these women come up to me and they say, oh, Big D, do you have a big dick? That's the first thing they fucking say to me, bro. And before I can say anything, before I can give them any kind of response, they have 3 different nicknames for me. Big Ding Dong, Big Disco Stick, Big all this crap. So I end up looking at them and I break their heart by saying, the reason why I was named Big D was because I was a 10-pound baby, you stupid motherfucker. Crazy. Should have been named Big Shit because I was big as fuck. Big Dookie, if you want to keep it in the whole D thing. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back to music. Rapper Mystical was charged with rape for the 2nd time. 3rd time. Did somebody say 3rd time? Holy fuck, I didn't even know that. So I guess the song's Danger and Watch Yourself wasn't enough to stay away from that motherfucker, am I right? No joke. So Queen Hinnessy said I look like Bobby Hill. Said that last showcase we had. But come to find out, I found out that I have gout like that motherfucker does too. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. If you watch King of the Hill, type in gout episode, and it'll really give you a run for your money. People tell me it's the rich man's disease. I got to say they're fucking lying because I'm still broke as fuck, and it just means my mom had lots of food stamps. So being somewhat known in the industry, I have fans always sending me dick pics. And then I end up blocking them, and I'm considered the cock blocker. Dude, like, what the fuck, right? Like, why the fuck am I got to be the cock blocker, bro? I hired this hooker to come over and do butt stuff. She's going to be very upset when she finds out how many cigarette butts she has to pick up off the floor. Just letting you know. Just letting you know that right now. Police in Oregon arrested a guy locally who ran into a local business. When they caught up to him, they asked him what his name was. They said his name was Burger King. So the security guards pulled out their nightsticks and had it their way. I have really bad indigestion. I take lots of Tums. I eat pizza, heartburn. I eat chili, heartburn. I eat pussy, heartburn. You know how it is. So yeah, I love you guys. I think that's my time. I didn't get lighted because it's my own show, so. But I appreciate you. That's my time.
Mic going. Dope. How we doing? Thank you guys so much for sticking around. I am Zane Thomas. A little bit about me. I'm a black dude with a lip ring. Which basically means I look like the lead singer of an all-black emo band. Right? My Chemical Romance. Dope. So I live in Portland. There's some dope things about Portland. Some things that people don't like that I personally love. Like, for example, bicyclists. I fucking love them. Except the other day, I almost got hit by the same bike 3 times in the same spot. Yeah, it's a vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle. This is going to be a long set. It's all like this. Pew, pew. So I want to start a therapy group for people with black and white parents. It's called Mixed Feelings. Little thing I'm working on. I actually met my father a few years ago, right? Dude calls me up from out of nowhere. He's like, "Hey, man, how you doing?" I was like, G.I. Joe? He's like, "Nah, man, this sound like G.I. Joe." Black G.I. Joe? He's like, "Nah, man, it's your father." I was like, "Oh, shit, dude, I always wanted to meet you. I just never knew where to find you." He's like, "Well, now you know. And no one's half the battle." I'm like, this nigga is G.I. Joe. I knew it. So meeting my father was a nerve-wracking experience. There's 2 things I realized as soon as I walk outside. Number 1, way too high to meet my dad for the first time. Number 2, I don't even know what this dude looks like, right? So I'm literally walking up to every black dude who gets out of their car like, "Are you my daddy?" A lot of maybes. Finally, this black dude walks up to me. He's like, "What's up, son?" Wasn't even my dad, just some black dude saying, "What's up?" It's very confusing. So I grew up with my mom, and my mom would move us to these really small white towns, so we could blend in. And if it wasn't hard enough for me to blend in, my mom was a lesbian and a witch. Yeah. If you're having a hard time wrapping your head around that, she's basically halfway between Portland and Salem. Had to live my whole life for that joke. You guys want to hear about the first time I said "that's gay" in front of my lesbian mom? Do it! Okay, if I have to. So I'm like 11 years old, right? I walk into the house. My mom's like, "How do you feel about NSYNC?" It's like, "That's the gayest thing I ever heard." All right? Real ignorant, we know. But she wanted me to understand if you use the way that somebody's born, the way that they are as a negative like that, it's extremely hurtful. So she says to me, "How would you feel if when I didn't like something, I said, 'That's nigga'?" So like a mature 10-year-old, I was like, "Grandpa, Mom called me the N-word," which was a lie. It's a huge lie. Took that lie to my grandfather's grave. Literally, 10 years later, I went to my very first strip club with my mom the day of my grandfather's funeral. Yeah, this was not a good strip club, by the way, right? This is a strip club in Iowa, right? Like the most popular chick there was this private dancer with a wooden arm. Don't laugh, I heard she's beating him off with a stick. So I'm sitting at this strip club with my mom, like you do, and she looks over at me and she asks me this question that to this day, I don't know if I could have answered any better. She looks at me and she's like, you a tits man or an ass man? How do you answer your mom? How do you answer your mom? Yeah, I didn't know either. So I just said what I thought she wanted to hear. I was like, I don't know, I like smiles. She's like, that's the gayest thing I've ever heard. Got me. She got me. Is anybody here from a small town? Anybody here from a small town? Okay, I see you. If you're not from a small town, there's basically only 3 things you can do once you graduate high school. You can either have kids, do drugs, or fucking leave. Right? Since leaving costs money and having kids takes 2 people, did a lot of drugs. But what's important, though, is I got clean, right? Thank you. I got clean. Thank you. Yeah, I got clean or caught, whatever. Details, really. I'm just here to say, though, that mixing cocaine and baking soda, not all it's cracked up to be. I'm kidding. I didn't do crack. Meth was more my speed. What, you guys don't like drug puns? Dope. So I remember like walking into the house. I remember hitting rock bottom, right? I walk into this house. This dude is slapping every inch of the carpet, right? Picking rocks out. I was just like, holy shit, this is the lowest I've ever been. And then I started helping him. It's like, holy shit, this is the highest I've ever been. This is insane. I remember getting busted, right? The cops kicking the door. He's like, hey, man, you got anything on you? I was very high, very confident. I was like, no, officer, I'm innocent. Which was the exact moment he pulls a pack of Newports out of my pocket with a meth pipe in it. Which, by the way, is the blackest white trash moment of my life. Right? He's like, I thought you said you were innocent. And I'm like, I was. Until I was proven guilty. Right? He just laughed and threw that shit away. I went straight to jail. And after I got out of jail, there's people that like to talk shit, you know. There was apparently this rumor going around that I was giving favors for drugs, right? Which is messed up, you know. I mean, you suck one dick and everyone thinks you did it for meth. That's how rumors get started. So I actually turned that negative into a positive. See, I got offered an opportunity to go to China, teach English, change my life. Right? Thank you. Well, I called it changing my life. The courts called it fleeing the country. Details, really. China was a really awesome place. I really enjoyed it over there. They were naming the school. They're like, what do we name it? And I was like, all right, what do you got? Give me some of your names. And they're like, we were thinking about maybe like Kids in China. And I was like, ugh, a little on the nose. They're like, what about Euthanasia? And I was like, let's make T-shirts. Let's do it. I had a Chinese fiance while I was over there. Really sweet girl, really sweet. She was a little weird, though. She wanted me to teach her how to talk black. She wanted me to teach her how to say the phrase, that's my man, bitch. But she couldn't get the tones right, so all she ever ended up saying is, that's my man, bitch. I was like, close enough. Usually that hits harder. Hit my chest. It fucking hurt that you guys didn't laugh. So yeah, I actually, in the recent years, I've had to address my mental health. I actually recently got diagnosed with bipolar. And if you're wondering how I'm feeling about it, real back and forth. Somebody recently told me that mental illness is all in your head. I was like, no shit. Wait till you find out where tennis elbow is. Right there. I'm on antipsychotics, and here's the deal about antipsychotics, and that is, if they were cool, fucking rappers would talk about them, right? You've heard 100 rappers be like, codeine, Xanax, Adderall, right? But you've never seen one rapper be like, getting mad at me, popping oxycarbazepine. It's a mediocre joke, but a dope-ass rhyme. It's a dope-ass rhyme. I'm a rapper, but I'm also a very anxious rapper, right? Like, I went to this show one time, saw this dude on stage. He's like, "All y'all rappers are insecure." Went up to him afterwards. I was like, "Did you mean me, or?" Wouldn't say that about you. Thought we were cool, dude. Whatever. But yeah, so like understanding mental illness and stuff like that, I actually understand some of the symptoms of bipolar, right? And for example, one of those symptoms of bipolar is suicidal tendencies. And I genuinely want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you've ever talked somebody through that, thank you so much for doing that. Thank you so much. But can we please stop saying that suicide's the most selfish thing you can do? Can we please stop saying that? The most selfish thing you can do? Because it kind of seems to me like the most selfish thing you could do would be making me killing myself all about you. Slightly more selfish. I'm glad I could bum you guys out. I actually recently found this out that a lot of comics don't like my sets because they're too depressing. Yeah, I know. But I found it out the passive-aggressive way, right? You know, they were just like, somebody keeps bumming everybody out with their sad jokes. Do you know anyone who keeps bumming people out? Like the most passive-aggressive Dora the Explorer, right? You're right, it's you. All right, I've been Zane Thomas. You guys have been a lot of fun. Thanks a lot.
So I work in a dying industry. I'm a server at an old people's home. Thanks. Most of the people I serve are regulars until they're not. One resident offered to give me a tip, and I was like, I'm good. Then he slipped me 100. I'm like, your place or mine? One resident was like, you know, you're funny, and I'm going to put you in my will. All right. And I said, don't tempt me. Then I was like, can we do this while you're still lucid? Like, that'd be great. That question was not answered. I kind of meant she died. So I recently got a tattoo of my cat, and so I asked him to get a tattoo of me. And we got him in the chair, but he wasn't ready to make that kind of commitment. It's a lifetime commitment. Forever. You got it. A while back, a girl I work with told me her Valentine's Day plans. I didn't ask, but she figured out that I'm single and was like, well, I admire your independence, but I just have too much love to give. 'Cause that's what someone with too much love to give says, right? So a resident said to me, do you work here, or are you just taking my order out of the kindness of your heart? I'm like, I mean, I apparently have no love to give, so. I also juggle. No. No, I don't. So yeah, I work here. I'm in therapy. I'm actually not, but I figured you'd be like, yeah, she is. I'm in between therapists. One of my first would fall asleep and said I'm the best sleep he gets every week. My most recent one, though, I made her cry. And I told my dad, and he was like, well, that probably means she was listening. Yikes. I did a comedy show recently, and afterward a guy was like, you were funny. I was about to say thank you, and he said, in a good way. Thanks for the confirmation. I was confused. Just kidding, I'm even more confused now. At a different show, a guy came up like really close to my face, was almost spitting, and was like, you were fearless up there. Fearless. I admire that. I'm like, you're being pretty fearless right now. Like, let's be honest. His friend was like, I didn't laugh at your set, but I was laughing on the inside. You know, I found my audience, the inside laughers. Pretty stoked. I went on a date a while ago, and the guy was like, so, no offense, but are you autistic? I'm like, he said no offense, so we're good. We're good. Another date, a different guy. I was like, you know, life is short, and so am I, so take advantage while you can.
Don't do me like that, because if I pronounce it how I think it's pronounced, it's probably going to be wrong, because y'all say salmon, I say salmon, because it's the L in that motherfucker. It bothers the fuck out of me, like Cooch Street. That's fucking couch, all right? Couch Street, not Cooch. It's salmon, not salmon. That irritates the hell. Pecan. Y'all say pecan. It's pecan. Pecan. It's pecan.
So what I did is I invented an N-word for white people. Oh shit, you way too excited for that shit, girl. You need to calm the fuck down. Okay? No, I did. I invented an N-word for white people. And this is y'all word. You could use this shit singing your favorite hip-hop song, and you're not gonna offend nobody. All right? You ain't gonna have to check your shoulder and fucking rubberneck every single time you in Portland blaring out fucking somebody. Look at all the white people excited, like, what is it going to be? What is it going to be? I don't know who's more excited, the white people or the black people in the back, like, you better not fuck this shit up. I know the anticipation, but here it is. It's Nilla, because we're vanilla. Do you get it? And it rhymes. If you don't know, now you know. Nilla. Shit, that's tight as a motherfucker right there. This Nilla crazier than 10 Nillas. This Nilla right here got so many goddamn hustles, he's making Kevin Hart look bad. Nilla, please. Now y'all can sing your songs. All right. Some people in here like, he did not fucking go there. Well, we are going farther. Next is the alphabet people. No, for real, school was hard for me, man. Because remember math class and shit? They used to lie to you and tell you that, like, don't use a calculator because you'll never have a calculator everywhere you go. Now I got one on my phone, my watch. Fucking, I could just talk like, hey, Siri, what's 10 times 5 billion? I wish they would have told me to pay attention in English, though, a little bit more, because I would have fucking paid attention to pronouns a little bit more. I didn't know what a fucking pronoun was till 2018. I really fucking did it. Everyone starts asking you, like, what do you identify as? What do you identify as? And I didn't fucking know. I didn't know what to say. So finally I figured it out. I thought long and hard. And if you guys want to know, I identify as a trans man POC. Silence up in this motherfucker. Just so you know, All right? Thank you. His ass. Fucking thank you. Just so you know, I am a cisgendered male. I am married to a woman. I have a kid. All right? And I do believe in God. So you might be like, Stephen, how the hell are you going to call yourself a trans man? Well, first off, I transitioned from semen to an egg, from an egg to a fetus to a baby to a boy to a teen, and a teen to a man. You don't really think I popped out my mama's pussy looking like this, do you? I had to transition by definition. Some of y'all people, hey, listen, it's okay to laugh. No one's going to protest and burn down the building while we're in it. It'll be tomorrow because he had to tell people I'm half owner. Half owner fucking misogynistic motherfucker. Now, some of y'all might be like, all right, now get to the POC part because I don't know if y'all know, but I'm kind of lighter shade. Y'all probably thinking, Stephen, you're white. First off, that's fucking racist. I went to Home Depot the other day and went to the paint department and put every single white swatch next to my skin and not one matched. Turns out I'm Hazel Peach. Yeah, I'm Hazel Peach, motherfucker. Get that shit straight. I tried to get down to my ass, but my wife was like, honey, just take him home. We'll figure that shit out later. So I told that joke to one of my Hawaiian buddies, and he was like, dude, I thought I was brown my whole fucking life. I went to Home Depot and found out I was fucking British khaki. I was like, I'm telling you, they've been identifying us wrong this whole gosh damn time. Now, in all honesty, I do feel like I'm colored, though, and let me explain why. Because if you put me in the sun, what the fuck happens? I turn red. Motherfucker, that's a color. If you put me in the freezer, I turn purple and blue. That's 2 more colors. If you have a Samoan guy or someone who doesn't like this joke kick my ass, I turn black, blue, purple, green. I'm the rainbow, motherfucker. I'm just saying. I told my wife, I was like, babe, I wasn't going to do this joke, but I say fuck it. All right? I told my wife, I was like, babe, I got to die first. She's like, why the fuck would you tell me that? I was like, well, because, see, if you die first, I still have to get pussy. Now, you know that shit's true. Like, if I die first, I still want her to get dick. I don't want her to have no sexless life and shit. That's fucked up. Right? But I still got to get pussy. And the problem is I don't think I can go back into the dating game. I really don't. See, in the 90s, it was so much easier. You know what I mean? Going out on a date. There was 3 questions around sex that you would ask in the 90s. The first one is do you want to do it? Like, how do you feel about just getting it on? The second one was, can I put it in your mouth? And the third one was, how do you feel about a well-placed thumb? That was it. Nowadays, I got to ask, how do you feel about black leather dressing up as Pokemon as I chase you down the fucking hallway with the flogger screaming out, I choose you! Y'all are fucking crazy. Don't act like that shit ain't happening. You motherfuckers acting like people ain't dressing up as furries and shit. I got to figure that one out. No, for real. Motherfuckers ain't laughing at that shit. We're 5 minutes from fucking Portland, all right? People walking around with tails and shit. I got a girl walking in yesterday with a fucking lizard tail. I'm like, what the fuck is that? She's like, I'm a furry. I'm like, bitch, that has scales. You a fucking scaly. You ain't a fucking furry? The hell? No, I'm serious, man. It's fucking crazy. I can't be sending out dick pics nowadays. Y'all got all this new technology. You can put like fucking like filters and shit on your dick before you send it out. That's crazy to me. I'm going to tell you how hard it was to take a dick pic in the 90s. First off, you had to go get a Kodak camera. This old motherfucker laughing like I did this shit. No, you had to go get a Kodak camera. Then you had to click that motherfucker a billion times before you could even get started. Click, 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 click. Click, 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 fuck! Finally, we all know that if you're going to take dirty photos on a Kodak camera, what do? You take a couple random-ass photos that aren't dirty first, and you sandwich the dirty photos in between the fucking random photos. And we were stupid. We're like, trees, 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 cock, yes. And you don't know what you're taking a picture of because it's a Kodak camera, right? So now you're just taking random angles, You're still not done. Then you get to the very end, you got to take 2 more random photos. Remember, it's a sandwich, guys. This isn't fucking New Jersey, all right? Then you're still not done. You got to go to Walmart, and you have to get this shit developed. So you walk up to the development counter, and of course it's Miss Susie from church. Like, hey, how you doing? Tell your mom I said hi. I'll see you on Sunday. And you slide her the camera. You know, you kind of slid that camera the same way that fast food people nowadays ask you for a tip. Like, will you answer the question? Ain't a fucking question. Then you're still not done. You have to wait 10 minutes. So you walk around the store. You ain't got no money because you're 16 years old. All right? At least I was. 16 fucking years old. You walk around the store like a fucking homeless person on Black Friday doing window shopping. All right? Then they call you and they're like, Steven, your photos are ready at the photo camera? And now you get fucking paranoid like a crackhead. Just fucking, oh shit, they know. They've seen it. Miss Susie, she don't have the same happy face like, hey, I'll talk to your mom on Sunday. When you get to church, she's all staring at you like, you need Jesus. And I'm like, bitch, you just saw a 16-year-old's dick. That's child support. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you the one that needs Jesus. Don't fucking judge me. So then you get your photos, and you're still not done. So now, you're in the car, you're looking through your photos, and every single one's horrible. Like, every guy here knows that for every one dick pic that has ever been sent out, 100 has been deleted, right? But on a Kodak camera, you're sitting there having to burn these things. I told you, the longest dick pic joke ever. I'm almost done, I promise. All right? So then, you're still not done. Now you have to deliver the perfect picture to the girl. So it was the 90s. What do? You make an envelope made out of paper and staples, and you draw on that shit, and you put your little fucking penis fucking Kodak camera photo in that bitch, right? And you're still not done. This is the 90s, y'all. I know. Some of y'all like, this shit really happened? This shit really happened, right? Then you go to school, and you look for Jenny. You're like, where is she at? All right, you kind of like, you stalk her a little bit, you know what I mean? But like the good kind of stalking, like Edward from Twilight, the one that you bitches pay a lot of money for, the good stalking, right? And she gets to her locker, and you're like, cool, 2C, yes. So she leaves her locker, and you jump up in that bitch, and you slide the dick pic into 2C, and you run away. He already fucking knows where this is going. Now you're still not done, because you got to wait behind a tree, right? And now you're doing the bad kind of stalking, right? And you're like, okay, I got to wait for her to open this shit. Problem is that Jenny has a friend, Melissa. And Melissa walks up and goes, hey, Jenny, do you have my math book that I gave you yesterday? Oh, fuck. No. Yeah, it's in my locker. No! So she runs to the locker, she opens it up, and she's like, oh my gosh, Jenny, you have a letter. Open it up, tell me what it is. It's a penis. Now, I grew up in Hawaii, where I was the one of 6 white people in my whole school. Do you know how hard it is to figure out which dick that was in that school? It wasn't that fucking hard, especially when the one girl I showed it to freshman year, Michelle, was like, oh, that's definitely guaranteed. That's Steven right there. You see how it curves? You see how that fucker curves a little bit like that? And that right there is the longest dick pic joke you will ever fucking hear. I'm the Local Haole. Thanks for not getting too offended.
Man, what's up with y'all tonight, man? My name is Marion MC Oboy Capers. Can I get a little bit of noise tonight, please? All right, so for one thing, y'all, I would like to give a big shout out to Big D. Now, I just found out that was his name today. He don't flaunt that name around our other friends. I just want to let y'all know. But I want to give a big shout out to you, my brother. Congratulations on your tour and everything. Congratulations and thank you for making it on all of the Blue Line bus lines. Because you know what I'm saying, it's all in the neighborhood and shit like that. It's local as fuck, so I appreciate you. It's gonna cost me like $5 to get to all of them. But you know, everybody, my name is Marion MC Oboy Capers. I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit something about myself. I too am just like him, a man baby.
I be sitting up in there getting high as a motherfucker, watching Paw Patrol and shit and getting mad like, how the fuck did they put on clothes? They ain't got thumbs, nigga. Motherfucker disabilities cousin be sitting there laughing. I be like, nigga, see, it don't make no sense. Nigga, see, it's funny, ain't it? But you know, I also am another things, if you can tell, I'm black. And shout out to all the other black people up in here. It's about like maybe that many. You know, I had a couple of conspiracy theories, man. Because big shout out to my man Zane. Give us some rounds of hands for Zane. That nigga funny as hell. But I also have a bunch of conspiracy theories. He told me it was okay if I told you this dope, so I'm not picking on him or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that Zane's afro is sentient, and it writes all his jokes. Like he'll be coming up with some shit like that, and he'll be like, you know what? I'm talking about gay mom and nigga, don't tell that joke. I'ma do it anyway. Told you don't tell that motherfucker joke. It's like a motherfucker ratatouille in this motherfucking afro and shit. He'll just be writing all this shit. But you know, who knows? You know what I'm saying? I'm not a person to be talking about conspiracy theories, really. You know what I'm saying? I was raised a Jehovah's Witness, and so like my mama trained me to go to doors and doors and doors and be able to sell anything. Like, nigga, I could sell religion? That shit don't work right now, but you know what I'm saying? Like, eventually, you know, and I'm going to tell y'all something. It helped me get a job for Kirby. That's right. I went door to door in a motherfucking big-ass Suburban, and I sold vacuums. And them motherfuckers was $2,500. A pop, nigga. That didn't even include the little holes and shit and all that other things. So get this, I'm 17 years old, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking of this. You know what? It's hot as a motherfucker. It's summertime. I'm 17 years old. I've been fucking up in school. I got to learn how to make money, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get allowance and shit. I'm a nigga. You know? But it's like this. When you go door to door and you like, excuse me, ma'am, they close that motherfucker quicker on you than you is a Jehovah's Witness. Like, goddamn, like, at least they look at the watchtower. Like, you know what I'm saying? They be like, goddamn it, you know what? I had to get creative. Man, my mama was like, man, you better tell them that it's going to be motherfucking going to some starving African babies or some shit like that, nigga. They be like, man, they want donations from us, nigga, for real. But, man, this is how I sold my very first Kirby vacuum cleaner. It was kind of surreal for me, actually. I was 17 years old. I went to, it was like my second week. Like, they just dropped me off somewhere in the middle of Southeast Portland, like close to 82nd. I was scared than a motherfucker, even though it was the middle of the day. And they was like, all right, man, so you just pretty much can knock it down to, like, you know what I'm saying, at least $1,500. And then you will actually get, like, you know, a $400 commission. I was like, you know what, cool, I'm 17 years old. $400, that's a lot of motherfucking money, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you know how many drugs I'm gonna buy, nigga, for real. But I went there. There was 2 Mexican babies playing in the mud and shit. Just playing in the mud and all type of shit. I went up in that motherfucking house. Mom is just passed out on the floor, defeated. For real, for real. It's like these motherfuckers beat her up to go outside. Like no, she wanted the motherfuckers to go outside. So I went up in there. I told them, I said, how you doing, ma'am? I work for Kirby, and I'm basically, you know what? I'm just basically going to clean your house because you look miserable as a motherfucker right now, for real. Like, I actually feel bad for you. So I go up in there, and I start cleaning their house. She gets the kids back in, track mud everywhere. I got more shit to clean. I'm like, cool, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to be at school. I'm making some money. She was like, yo, I got to go to the liquor store real quick. You want something? You offering? I mean, you know, I'm kind of on the clock. And she was like, I mean, you cleaning my house. Fair. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Then she came back. She was like, tequila? Boy, I cleaned every last inch of that motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you what, nigga. I cleaned inside the toilet. I cleaned that. Nigga, get this. The kids came in and they was dirty as fuck, and I cleaned the kids. I put on that motherfucking attachment, and they was going tee tee tee. And and then she was like, and I was like, look, it can clean your floors, it can clean your ceiling, it can clean your kids. She, oh God, for real. She was like, nigga, I'll take 5. So get this. So her husband, he worked at like the Fred Meyer warehouse, and you know, they didn't make a lot of money and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And I could just tell, like, I at least acted like this was something that they needed in their life. She called this motherfucker from work. He came back, and she was like, write him the check right now. And we was at least halfway into that bottle of tequila. My supervisor came and was like, all right, I gotta call my supervisor to close the deal. You know, they gotta come seal the deal. I'm only 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? He came in, he was like, so how'd it go? Oh, it went great. We had full-blown margaritas made and everything like that. I cleaned the whole motherfucking house. I showed her how to put the little attachments that the kids like so she could motherfucking vacuum. They ain't badasses when they motherfucking come in. Man, it was 2 twin boys. I didn't even get to the part when she left me with the boys while she went to go get the tequila. One of the little bastards bit me on my titty. I was playing around with him and shit like that. Like, get this. I normally wouldn't say that in 2023 right now, but I had to tell this little motherfucker. I was like, hey, listen here, man. I am not your mama. I mean, we were both brown, and we both got glasses on. I know how you could probably get mistaken. And also, you were having the best time of your life, which you've never actually had in your whole entire life of being a little 2-year-old. But I'm like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? And then the kids, they went into their room, had a nap and shit like that, and they was like, you know what? They bought that Kirby vacuum for $2,500 sticker price. I made my very first $700 at the age of 17 years old. I moved out. I got a concrete 4x4 apartment in downtown Portland right next to the Chuckle Box, and here the fuck I am right now. Here I am right now. If you would have told me back then that I would be on a motherfucking stage in a Hawaiian vapor shop in Vancouver, I'd have said, hey, you know what, that sounds like me. Sounds like some shit I'd fucking do. You know? Another conspiracy theory, though, like, you know, just a backtracking from all that shit. Thank you. I appreciate y'all for listening to my life story. Is another conspiracy theory is I've looked it up and I've thoroughly researched that I've only seen black people get the monkeypox. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a real deep conspiracy theorist. Like these motherfuckers is like, shh, don't tell them. That's why y'all are quiet and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all motherfuckers know some shit, don't y'all? But get this. I looked it up. I never really seen anybody, but this is really kind of, I think, a ploy, so we can make more fuckers like you. Yeah. There's a little. We got a little pharmacy going on. Like, if we give them monkeypox, then we can call them monkeys, maybe, and then that's how the Planet of the Apes is gonna be. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I'm not gonna dive too much into it because, like, I don't know things about, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas is talking about, like, Reagan made crack and shit like that, but then my uncle was a crackhead, and he was like, you can make this shit in a microwave. I was like, wait a minute, so Reagan made microwaves to make crack? It was like, no, you stupid motherfucker. You can make crack in the microwave. Oh, okay. And this is just something that I obviously needed to know when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got to start them young. I was like, nigga, hold on. All right. I get it. But, you know, there was a lot of things that was happening. You know what I'm saying? There was just a lot of crazy things that was happening when you're younger. And then also at the same time, like, you pay attention too much. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like this. I also had a traditional mama. Like I said before, I was raised a Jehovah's Witness. So one of the things is now being a Jehovah's Witness is at home. So I had the conspiracy that I had to go door to door and do my mother's job so then she could eventually be at home all the time. So when she's home all the motherfucking time now, she does her Jehovah's Witness meetings on like Zoom calls and shit like that. So, but this is the fucked up part. Like, I had to do it in real life, and then if I fell asleep, I would get threatened. Like, she would say some shit like this: "If you don't motherfucker wake your ass up, I'm gonna stab you in the motherfucking neck with a fork when we get home, nigga. Stop falling asleep in the Kingdom Hall." And now, since the shit is at home, all I see is her ass in the eyes of it's over. And I'll be seeing her do that shit. I swear to God. You know how many times I just want to do this? Hey, wake your motherfucking ass up. Don't be sleeping up in here. You got to be singing for Jesus. I'll open that motherfucking kitchen. I'll grab a fork, bitch. And, you know, it really kind of, like, made me today who I am, the man. Like, I don't associate with motherfuckers that just be talking about bullshit all the time because I ain't got COVID. So that's how I know I'm allergic to bullshit. And there you go. Thank you, everybody. My name is MC Oh Boy. Give it up for all yourselves for coming through. Thank you.
I like your hat, sir. What does it say? Go. You must be fucking high as shit right now. Today's not Saturday. No. Not yet, sir. He put the wrong hat on. He's supposed to have his Friday hat on. What's your name? Nice to meet you, Tyler. Nice to meet you. I'm sleepy. I want to go home and go to sleep. Who else? Who else wants to go to sleep? Yeah, fuck it. Let's just go to sleep then. What? You didn't pay to get in here, right? I'm not getting paid for this. So shit. But no, I'm a sleepy person naturally because I have like 7 kids. Yo, shit, man. Thank you for making me feel good about my decisions in life. I said, oh shit. That's my Nilla over there. Sorry, black people. This black dude said, damn it, this nigga done sold out. He done sold out. But like, yeah, I do have 7 kids, and I wish I visited Planned Parenthood a little bit more. Cause I love them, but I think at this point in my life, I can see my life without them. I could, and they're cute kids. Everybody says, "Oh, you got cute kids," and come babysit shit. Like, I don't know. I'm honestly tired of shit, though. I'm honestly tired. No, it's okay. When I got here, I was like, fuck, maybe it started on time because it's a white man putting it together. But now shit was late as fuck, yo. He might be even... But yeah. I'm also tired because I like masturbated a lot. Yeah. Like too much. I definitely killed more unborn babies in Planned Parenthood. Damn. And I definitely have killed more unarmed black people than the police. I like the face you made. I love that. I love that face. It's well lit in here. I can see everybody's faces. I don't know why you made that face. That was a science joke. That was a joke about semen because it has no arms. Can I ask your white people a question? Who? Sure. He said yes. Of course. Who the fuck voted for Special Joe? Who voted for Special Joe? Yeah, but who voted for him? Somebody no, you guys look like a Trump crowd. Yeah. Bernie. They are, I know. It's okay, it's all right. So yeah, don't tell people in Portland, okay? Don't tell the people in Portland this, and don't tell other black people. If it was up to me, I'd definitely have voted for Donald Trump instead of Special Joe. But niggas don't vote. What the fuck? So, right? We don't. I mean, that's the thing. We don't vote. So now we got an old ass, special ass old man in the fucking Oval Office, and he reads like a fucking, he reads like a runaway slave in the 1800s. It's okay, white people. I'm black, and I said that. It wasn't a white man that said that. It was a black man. But yeah, I don't like Joe Biden at all, and I know he has erectile dysfunction because he's 79 years old and he doesn't get vagina anymore at all. But you know what president doesn't have erectile dysfunction? Bill Clinton. Yeah. I fuck with Bill Clinton. He's like one of the coolest presidents. He's cooler than Obama in my book. Cause if I was in the Oval Office, I'd be getting my dick sucked too. Everybody, yeah. Who would get their dick sucked if they was in the Oval Office? Hey, how you two women holding the? She said, I'm gonna get my dildo sucked, that's for sure. Nah, I feel that shit. Okay. But yeah, if I was president, I'll go full blown with it. I have a sex tape, fuck it. You see my curved penis. My curved penis on Pornhub. Yeah. You know, like that's a presidential penis right there. Hell yeah. You know, like they have this arms race. It wouldn't be an arms race for me if I was president. It would be like, who has the best penis? Chinese people wouldn't win. That's for sure. Right. He said right. But I don't regret my mistakes, but also think about, like, if I didn't have kids, what would I be doing right now? And I'll probably just be making more kids. So that's it. Because I don't learn from my mistakes. I just made them. And I take care of them. I take care of my kids. I'm not that kind of black person. I wish I was, but I'm not. I'm a responsible black man that wants to leave his kids. Yeah, I do. I fantasize about it all the time. My daughter asked me the other day, she's like, Dad, where you going? Like, I'm going to the store to get some cigarettes. She's like, are you coming back? I was like, nigga, I don't know. Maybe. I fuck with y'all. Okay? I was a little scared at first, because it's only like, what, 1, 2, 3, maybe five black people. Zane and my brother over here, y'all mixed. So y'all transform into one nigga. That's how it works. That's logic, bro. For real. I'm not even high. I stopped smoking weed last week. Yeah, somebody gasped more than when I told them I had 7 kids. It's like, oh shit, nigga, you got the whole I smoke weed look. Yeah. Wiz Khalifa. A black man with dreadlocks. But I wish I was high sometimes, but sometimes I'm it helps me. Like, I was going through a whole lot of stuff, so that's why I stopped smoking weed. Like, I got sad, like really sad, and I started like listening to sad white people music. So I changed my whole perspective on life. Where I was like, nigga, why you listening to Coldplay? You guys like Coldplay? Nah, yeah. I didn't think so. Y'all look like a Bon Jovi crowd. That's what y'all look like. Dead or alive. Am I wrong, though? Do you guys like Bon Jovi? Yeah. Why not? But you guys don't like Coldplay? Nickelback? Good Rockstar. Guitar Hero. Wait, what kind of music do you white people listen to? You can shout out some stuff. It's okay. Rap. I've been getting that a lot too. White people been putting me on shit. Like some what rappers do you listen to? G Herbo. Do you can I ask you a question? So rap tends to use the N-word, right? Do you listen to it, edit it? Because then you could just say it. Yeah, then you could just say it with the bleeps in it. And you're safe. You don't got to worry. I don't listen to it edited, but I wouldn't say it. Like in public. It's okay, bro. It's all right. I know how it works, bro. I'm from Cali. I said in public. I'm from Cali, but I moved to like Troutdale, Oregon when I came up here. Yeah. It's white as fuck in Troutdale, Oregon. They look at me like how y'all looking at me right now. So, yeah. I don't know how much. Have I been doing 15 minutes? What's time? You got like 30 seconds. You're straight. Oh, shit. I've been talking to you guys for 15 minutes? Well, that means I fuck with y'all. Is there baby mama number 8 in the crowd? Just fucking with y'all. I'll pull out now. Bye.